Writing a book part two. So, this is the next morning after I recorded the first part of this story. And I had an experience here this morning that I really want to share because I feel like it really kind of just like puts some like real life. I mean, this is what just happened, like real life substance to the theory of like, what if the joy of accessing the book writing space is really the most important part? And basically, what unfolded. So, I'm a few pages into my journaling for this morning, and here's what I wrote, and then I can elaborate on this. I said, I'm getting glimpses of one of the empty sections in the book, though I can't see which one. That said, I think I will go get my laptop and see if anything jumps out at me. Basically, what was happening, I was feeling like I want to go into the writing space. Like I want to get in there. I want to open the document, I want to write some stuff. And what happened next is the part that's really interesting. It's like, I want to do that. That sounds fun. Then I ask myself, what are you going to write? What is it that you want to say? I don't know. I don't know. I have nothing in mind that I want to say. I just know I want to write. And so at that point, I started, I mean, maybe this isn't like exactly the right word because this is pretty intense compared to what it actually was, but like I started beating up on myself just a little bit about like, I almost interpreted it as you just want to get it done. You don't even have anything to say, and yet you want to go write the book. Like you just want to finish it just because you're wanting to finish it. And this is like the little soapbox moment I'm giving to myself. And then something clicked where I don't think that's true. That doesn't feel good in my system to think that that's what this is. And it clicked when I realized like that little soapbox moment that I just like diatribe that I gave to myself, that didn't feel good. And so then it clicked like, what if it's like this? What if it's like this other experience that I very regularly have, that I've come to understand, when there are times where I feel like talking, I feel like storytelling, I feel like expressing, and I have nothing to express, but I feel like expressing. And so what I do at that point is I press record and I see what comes out. And if it's not anything special, then I delete it and I got to express, and my energy feels more balanced because that little bit got to come out. And the inside is in better balance and harmony now because I expressed that, and I don't publish it, I don't put it anywhere. Sometimes, though, and this is way more often what happens, a whole thing will come out that, like, I didn't know what it was. I had no intention of what I wanted to express, but when I pressed record and when I let myself start talking, there was plenty there that was ready to come out and was ready to be heard. And so what clicked as I realized, like, it doesn't feel good to think that I'm just like hustling for progress. Like, I just want to make progress because I'm like getting it done, like, just want to check this off the list. I'm like, I really don't think that's what it is. I think maybe it's like when I feel like expressing, but I don't know what I want to say. And so I hit record anyway. And then something like actually good comes out of that. And it just requires that I not need to know ahead of time what I'm going to express. And so the outcome from all of that, that felt way better. It felt like a huge relief over the version that I had come to first, as far as like kind of beating up on myself or making myself wrong for wanting to write when I don't have anything to say. I was like, what if it's like that? What if it's like, how about you just go get the Word document and put it in front of you and see what comes out? And that's when I got the little download of like, I'm getting glimpses of one of the empty sections, though I can't see which one. That said, I think I will go get my laptop and see if anything jumps out at me. And so I did. I got up right that minute and go get my laptop, open up the document that I'm using to write this, and I start scrolling to look at like even what are all of the empty sections that I have there. And I come to the first one and I put my cursor under the first header and I start to like think like, okay, so what is this one? Like, what do I want to say about this one? And before I could even like really try to think, what do I want to say about this one? My energy instantly gets distracted to the next empty section, which is right below it. I have like two subheaders right together that I haven't written a single thing for either one of these. And it was the second one where it was like basically the difference between thinking something and like knowing it in your intellectual space versus feeling something and having it be present in your body. Like knowing that I should love myself or I should be able to forgive myself, but I don't feel that way. Like we can know something is true in our mind and still not have it as true in our body. And so that was the subheader that I like had this is what I want to talk about, but I hadn't written anything for that yet. And as soon as I saw thinking versus feeling, and oh my, it was like the floodgates opened and bam, here's that whole section. And then I just kept scrolling and looking for like, what other headers have I said nothing about? And I didn't do all of them. But by the time I closed out of the Word document, roughly 20 to 30 minutes later, I had went from 4,682 words to 5,321. So about, gosh, what even is that? About 600, 700 words that I added in those 20 minutes. And I opened that Word document not having a single thing to say, and then outpours 700 words. What the hell? What just happened? What is this? How does this work? What is the true prerequisite for being able to write? Is it knowing what you're going to say, or is it a willingness to show up? That is the question. Is it knowing what you're going to say, or is it a willingness to show up? And I'll leave you with that.